Assalamu alaikum. Hazur, last week Mr. Hayat commented on the Jalsa, his impressions.
Yes.
He mentioned the rain. I'd like to put a further commentary on that, because I also noticed the rain, but
Yes.
I noticed something more about the rain.
Yes.
When you made your two major speeches on Friday and Sunday, I was very struck by the fact that as soon as you started to make your speech, immediately the rain started pelting down in torrents, and much stronger than the previous one. And I also noticed that during both speeches that every time, well, not every time, but many times when you made a very powerful comment, again the rain seemed to come down in tremendous amounts. And on the last day, right at the end, or towards the end, the wind started howling and the whole tent seemed to be reverberating. And it reminded me of a couple of things. It reminded me of Quran in several places where it's mentioned rain, how God sends rain at time of need and revives the earth. And it also reminded me of the Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Salis, his dream, when he saw that the whole earth and the whole grass and the trees were saying La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha, yes.
And he commented that it meant that from now on, as if the whole earth, the whole of creation would come together and bring Islam together. And it just struck me that this was such a powerful, it struck me very much that it's as if this was God was announcing here that this, from now on, it's just a reinforcement of that thing. I just thought I'd comment on.
Well, this is also an emotional outlook, which may satisfy one and may not satisfy another person. All that I can say about it is this, that if you are in a special frame of mind and you belong to a special spiritual attitude, then of course you could agree. One could agree with you, but some people are more skeptical, more down to earth. They say these are just chances and do not mean anything at all. And in reality, you should not judge these things by these tokens. These tokens may be a source of spiritual elevation to those people to whom they mean anything. So they have their benefit. But to the common mass, common run of people, they do not mean anything, because if you produce them as evidence of something, they would rather mock at it and laugh at it and be, in fact, misdirected. They would think that this is the type of evidence they have, such people have, and this is stupid, and if this is the evidence, this is what they call the so-called evidence, then that means that they have no evidence at all. So this is why these things should not be stressed in public, or should not be used as handles for convincing others, because to others they may not mean anything whatsoever. But there are other things which you can prove, you can present as a proof of the effect of something, which are solid proofs, and nobody can deny that. For instance, with the grace of Allah, during the last day when I addressed on Ayat Khatam al-Nabiyyin, many non-Ahmadis who were present there accepted Ahmadiyyat after just that one sermon, and told us in so many words. One person who had come from Saudi Arabia and who was very much Jamaat Islami minded person, he was brought by an Ahmadi friend, and he said up to that time, he had told me himself that up to that time he had been praying for him to become a non-Ahmadi. But because he was a friend, he came, and when he listened to this concept of Khatm Nubuwwat from your lips, then I was convinced immediately. And not only 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep receiving baths from various people who say, write to me, either Ahmadis or the non-Ahmadis themselves, that this is the reason why they have accepted. This evening, a lady came and accepted Bai'at, and well, she came to visit me and gave me the form and went upstairs, and then my wife asked her why she accepted Ahmadiyyat. So she said, don't be mistaken that because my daughter had become an Ahmadi and it was because of her saying that I have become an Ahmadi. It's not so. This is a long time ago that it happened. I became an Ahmadi because I attended Jalsa Salana the final last day, and after that I understood that the truth was on their side. So that rain and that thunderstorm, that is nothing as compared to this evidence. Changing of hearts, changing of people who were adamant previously. That is an evidence which you can quote to others and nobody can deny that. But, as I said, it has its own value, the emotional value. Your emotional values are enhanced. And also I thought there was another benefit which we drew from the rain. If it were not raining, there would have been many non-Ahmadis or disinterested Ahmadis who would much rather roam about than sit for 5 hours together at one place, you know. So they were all thrown into the house and they no way out. Poor things, willy-nilly would hear what was said.
Thank you.
Yes, please.